Hi, everybody. Have you ever wondered how the early believers recognized Jesus as the promised Messiah? Imagine their excitement when they found Jesus aligned perfectly with the clear signs written in their sacred scriptures. In John 1:45, Philip tells Nathanael, "We have found him of whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." This opens the door to a bigger question. Could the Bible also guide us to another significant messenger after Jesus? Could Prophet Muhammad be clearly foretold in the very same scriptures cherished by millions of Christians? In this video, we'll explore powerful verses from the Old Testament that point directly to Prophet Muhammad as the messenger to come after Jesus. Stay with us because you may hear something you've never heard before. Let's look at Genesis chapter 21, the story of Hagar and her son Ishmael. Hagar runs out of water. Overwhelmed with despair, she sets Ishmael under a bush and steps away because she cannot bear to watch him die. Then a divine message comes. "What is the matter with you, Hagar? Do not fear, for God has heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him by the hand, for I will make a great nation of him." God didn't just save Ishmael, he made a promise. I will make a great nation of him. What does great nation mean? It's not just about numbers. In God's language, greatness is measured in prophets and successors. Look at what the angel told Mary. "You will bear a son. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High." So when God says Ishmael will be a great nation, it's a prophecy of divine mission. Ishmael lived and thrived in Paran. And Prophet Muhammad, a direct descendant of Ishmael, also emerged from Paran, which is known today as Mecca. Who else could this great nation refer to if not Prophet Muhammad and his descendants? The promise is repeated again in Genesis 17:20. "As for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I will bless him and will make him fruitful and will multiply him exceedingly. He shall become the father of 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation." Another powerful verse appears in Habakkuk 3:3. God comes from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. His splendor covers the heavens, and the earth is full of his praise. Teman refers to Yemen, and Jesus confirms this when he describes the queen of Yemen as the queen of the south. Now let's look at where Paran is located. Genesis tells us that Ishmael lived in Paran. He grew, he lived in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took a wife for him from the land of Egypt. Ishmael and his children are also mentioned in Genesis 25:18. They settled from Havilah to Shur, which is east of Egypt, as one goes toward Assyria. That area is the Arabian Peninsula, Old Yemen, and Mecca. Prophet Muhammad also comes from Paran, meaning Mecca. Some people say Paran is south of Palestine or north of Sinai. But if that's the case, where is the great event after Moses and Jesus that fulfills the prophecy of the Holy One from Paran? The Holy One from Paran is not a vague figure. It is Prophet Muhammad. Even Jewish tribes migrated to this region expecting a coming prophet. They built cities like Khaybar near Medina, north of Mecca, knowing Paran was where the promised prophet would appear. And what does it mean when it says God comes from Teman and the Holy One from Mount Paran? God is far above coming and going. So these verses cannot be speaking of Almighty God himself. They are describing the coming of a servant of God, the Prophet Muhammad and his progeny after him. The coming of Muhammad is the coming of God's message. Muhammad is the appearance of God's truth in Paran. Now let's look at one last verse. Deuteronomy 33. "The Lord came from Sinai and dawned on them from Seir. He shone forth from Mount Paran, and he came from the midst of 10,000 holy ones." This is a prophetic sequence. Moses from Sinai, Jesus from Seir, Muhammad from Paran, 3 great prophets, one continuous divine message. These aren't isolated verses. They form a pattern. They point to a divine plan, a continuity of prophecy. And now the question becomes, who is the one appointed by God today? In the next episode, we'll unlock a powerful secret hidden within the book of Revelation. Dive deeper into the books, the Book of Monotheism and the 13th Disciple by Ahmed al-Hassan. Subscribe, like, and share, and keep seeking the truth. Thanks for watching.